Give me hope, Johanna. Hope, Johanna. Hope until the morning comes.
The crusade calls.
That's good enough, right? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves. Where are we? Where are we? What is this? This is the Cursed Hollow. I've been recording a long time. I feel like it's starting to show. I hope you're an amazing Nova. We don't. Oh, we do have a Nova. My bad. All right, cool. So, the friendly team, Nova, Johanna, Rhaegar, Sylvanas, and Murky. Pretty good comp, but we're going up against the Butcher, Arthas, Gazlo, Tassadar, and the Lost Vikings. That's also a pretty good comp. At level 1, I think I'm going to be going for Knight Takes Pawn, just because I want to... Is it really your first time playing? She has a tent. We're going to go for Knight Takes Pawn because I want to be able to clear waves. We have a spin of friendship going on right here. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so, Johanna, the newest tank to be added. Well, I guess she's not anymore because we have Leoric. But one of the newest tanks to be added to Heroes of the Storm is widely considered to be the strongest warrior as far as pure tanking goes. She has her Q ability, which is called Punish. It's a very small radius, and she basically cleaves everything down in that area. Her W ability is called Condemn, and we have upgraded it with the Knight Takes Pawn, so we're going to be doing a ton of damage to minions with it. Her E ability is Shield Glare, and this will cause a target to be blinded for 1.5 seconds, so it could be very good versus the Butcher here. She's not too mana intensive, which is great, and her trait gives her a shield that also makes her completely immune to crowd control for a time being. Which means that if the Butcher decides to charge after us, we can just make him stop doing that and walk away. If Arthas does that, we could just activate her shield and walk away. So she's actually really, really, really good at countering crowd control. Now that does have a 20-second cooldown, so it's not like you can use it all the time. But that being said, it is still insanely strong. We are doing pretty good up here in the top lane. It looks like Murky died, but that's not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. The Vikings are all split right now, and they will probably continue to be split for the majority of the laning phase. So this first tribute could actually be where the enemy team starts to pull ahead, depending on how our team reacts to that. I am 100% completely in favor of not going after the first tribute, but we're going to see how the team reacts. We need to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I think at this level, I may go with Amplified Healing. Laws of Hope doesn't seem like it's a terrible idea. Who died that time? It was Murky again, okay. Well, if we do go Amplified Healing, what else do we get out of it? We do have a support. Do we have anything else that's going to be healing us? I don't think so. Yeah, let's go with Amplified Healing. It'll make Rhaegar's job a little bit easier. And it looks like we are I'm gonna stay. Oh God. No, I need to go. I didn't type it fast enough. I'm on my way. The Vikings are still soaking, so this could be a problem. Nova looks like she's going back instead of going to the healer, which is a bit of a problem. We could at least maybe push the Viking out of the lane here. It looks like the Butcher decided to stay back as well, so at least they're not soaking every lane. Completely uncontested. We did lose our Murky yet again. Sylvanas being jumped on by the enemy team, and we just got here a moment too late. Yeah, let's just leave. That was my fault for not getting there faster. I didn't know if I wanted to stop the Vikings from just generating all the XP in the world. I didn't know if I needed to push. So my indecisiveness led to our team being outnumbered. Which they were going to be outnumbered anyway, because look at this enemy team. I mean, the Vikings are in every lane. They're going to have such a strong push that it's not even funny. Eric down here was trying to take over that mercenary camp with Bri, but it looks like Murky's going to come in for the steal. Nice one. Nice one, Murky. Good eyes catching that for sure. Middle is not being soaked right now. Hopefully that'll change soon as Rhaegar is approaching it. And between Sylvanas and myself, this lane doesn't stand a chance as far as push goes. We're going to be able to completely push this into the tower if we decide to do so. I think I am going to be going... I'm kind of in favor of Battle Momentum here. Battle Momentum seems pretty good. We'll just pop our trait. He doesn't stun us, and we walk away. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Battle Momentum. Battle Momentum does not lower the cooldown of our trait, but Battle Momentum does make it so we could spam our other abilities more often. And when the enemy team has a Butcher, I think the value of making it so that Butcher can't hit you is going to be pretty strong. It's going to be pretty damn strong. The next tribute has spawned, and it's right here. We are on our way. It was in the top lane, which is why I didn't react immediately. The Butcher could easily charge in on me, but we're just going to start it anyway. Yep, there we go. We got interrupted. I'm going to start it again, I think. No, we need to go in here and pill for Sylvanas. We stacked everyone up on top of the Murky Mine. And there we go. We took down Arthas and we took down a Viking. The Vikings don't appear... No, they still are split pushing. They still are soaking every lane. But we actually are not that far behind on XP as, once again, the Butcher does interrupt me. Hopefully, yeah, someone's going to walk in there and zone for me, as we are interrupted yet again. Hopefully, Rhaegar will run away. Whenever the brand is on you, you should not trade with the Butcher. Never, ever, ever trade with the Butcher when the brand is on you. Hopefully they know that. I will tell them if I see it happen again, though. I will tell them. Okay, so we got that tribute just fine. We did fall a little bit behind on XP, so the enemy team is going to have heroics at the next tribute. We need XP fast. They will have heroics for next trib. So what that means is that Murky should head down to the bottom lane instead of heading back up to middle. So that sucks. He could have easily gotten us XP there. But whatever, we'll make the best of it, right? That's all we can do. That's all we can do. The Vikings still pushing bottom. Looks like we want to go for a mercenary camp. I don't really know why. But if she wants help getting a mercenary camp, I guess I will help her. So clearly, okay. I'm getting judgmental. I'm like, clearly the friendly team doesn't have any idea how to soak XP. Gazlo now pushing bottom is definitely going to get that because he does have the help of the Vikings. Actually backing off to go for the tribute. Once again, they have heroics, so we shouldn't really go in too hard. And it looks like they were just wiped out in top for some reason. Not too sure why. So yeah, we're giving them that tribute. There's no reason to fight that. We are going to be picking up Blessed Shield at level 10. This is our heroic ability. That is a stun on several targets. It'll basically hit one target and then bounce to others in the area. Kind of like the Captain America shield, which is what I always call it. Alright, so this isn't going terrible. This could be a lot worse. We are heading up top to try to stop Arthas. Now's the part of the game where we should be roaming around, so this is good. This is good. The Butcher's starting to run away. We're going to hit him with a slow. We are going to hit him with the Octo Grab, keeping him still, but it looks like he might move out of it. We are going to hit him with a stun, and we're going to blind him so he cannot heal off of the Butcher's brand. Our Nova was not moving away from him. Looks like she didn't know that. Okay, cool. So we got to kill on the Butcher at a really important time because he is not going to be at this tribute as long as we get there really fast. This is going to allow us to tie it up again, as long as we hurry, as long as we get there in a little bit, with a little bit of urgency. Okay, clearing out the mid. Nova is nearby. She can one-shot this Viking. Not too sure why she hasn't. Okay, I'm going for it. The Butcher will be re-entering the fight very soon, and we do have Gazlo behind us. We are going to use our trait to get out of the Gravitron Bomb, and we need to be very careful as Sylvanas is not here. Alright, we're leaving. We need to give him that. I do not have my trait to get out of this stun. Also, that Ancestral Healing, just a little bit too late. Is going to make me die. The Butcher, the good news is he got the ultimate that locks someone down in one spot, and under most circumstances I can get out of that with our trait. We are still team fighting this, and we don't have everyone together. We need to stop team fighting when we're outnumbered. That is a decent precision strike. Is going to be dealing some significant damage to the Butcher. The Butcher probably could get out of here, and with the help of Arthas, I'm assuming that he will. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, this push is very significant. Eric from the enemy team did use his bribe to pick that up instantly for the enemy team. And it looks like he also has Mercenary Lord, which is really strong on this map. That's going to allow... Actually, that was just promote from Tassadar. My bad. He doesn't have Mercenary Lord. Otherwise, these guys would be huge. So this curse has been pretty effective for the enemy team so far. They have Vikings. Of course, they're higher level. Alright. Damage control wasn't terrible. They don't have catapults or anything yet. With their team composition, that could have been a lot worse. We are going to stun the butcher, try to lock him down. Please, why are you leaving? I can't kill him. I can't kill... Nova! Nova! Oh, Nova, what are you doing? Okay, so she's out of mana. I guess she couldn't snipe, so she left. We did waste the boat. I don't think we wasted the Viking ultimate, though. Let's go for... I don't know. Burning Rage is probably pretty good for AoE damage versus this team, because they do have Vikings. We're going to be getting a lot of damage out in an AoE setting. But honestly, I'm not too confident that that was the right talent. Looks like we did kill the Butcher in the middle lane. I'm going to let Tassadar go down here. We should do something. Okay, I guess I'm not going to let him go. He is just going to walk right into the tower. I didn't expect him to be that ballsy. Kind of thought he was just going to back up. He is going to dimensional shift, obviously. So we just pull him back in and kill him. I mean, that's basically why I thought he was going to leave, because in no situation is that worth it. We could boss right now for sure. The Butcher is going to be back up, but the Butcher, he does not have the Furnace Blast, which is really what you have to worry about when you're going for boss. For bosses and stuff. Him coming in there with that Furnace Blast is a big deal. Guys, let's try to set up for the Gravitron Bomb. There it is. We're just going to come in and stun these guys. Group them all up. Use our trait. The Ancestral Healing is going to keep me alive. And again, because of Burning Rage, we're dealing damage to all of these guys. So that was good. Everyone disengaged right when the Gravitron Bomb was about to happen. And now we should definitely go for boss. I agree with that. I agree with that. We can eat him, but let them know we're going there. We have numbers advantage. Gazlo and Arphis are dead for the enemy team, so here we go. I don't necessarily believe that Murky should be the one tanking this, but I do think that we should probably contest this tribute. The Butcher's brand going out on Nova, so we're going to blind the Butcher. Nova did disengage that time. Very good on her part. She wasn't doing that earlier. I'm glad she learned from that mistake. We are going to be picking up Imposing Presence. This is going to cause the enemy team to have their attacks slowed by, 50% whenever they attack us. So if the Butcher hits me, all of a sudden his Butcher's brand is not going to be healing him for a lot. If the Vikings hit me, they're not dealing damage. They have a lot of auto attack on their team, and we're going to nullify a lot of that. Again, if they focus me. It's only if they focus me. With that Imposing Presence. We are going to pick up this boss, which is going to push the top lane. I would like to get the minions moving in the same direction, so we're just going to go ahead, clear this wave very quickly. Sylvanas moving down to the Bruiser camp is going to be taking that over. She should be able to do that by herself, but we will help her out. Nicely done, nicely done. All right. And meanwhile, down to the bottom lane, the rest of the friendly team is taking over that Siege Giant camp. The enemy team, however, did go for that boss. The Butcher can actually solo that at a certain level, so we shouldn't be too surprised about that. We do need to go defend it, though. Looks like the Butcher was up top, however. The next tribute will lead to a curse for the friendly team, so we need to make sure that we are in position to get that. And wouldn't you know, it just happens to be right down here. That's fantastic. We also picked up these giants at the point where they would help us out a little bit. Excuse me, with that boss, but they're not going to be too insanely helpful. Rhaegar is in the area, and it looks like we are going to pick up this tribute completely uncontested. So, that's a pretty good sequence of events. I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, Eric! How you doing, friend? Eric the Swift not going to go anywhere. One of the Vikings does fall. They did go for Longboat. So as this game progresses, if we're able to continue picking up those Vikings, look, he's dead for 50 seconds right now. That is pretty huge. I'm just going to walk right in. I'm ignoring the gate. We're going to make sure that this stuff dies in a timely manner. We do need to be ready for the Gravitron Bomb. It looks like it's about to be happening soon. We're just going to pressure their Gazlo a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, stun going out. We have stunned Gazlowe. He was not able to set up his combo, and he is going to be taken out of the fight. The blind going back on the Butcher. We're going to try to control him now. Keep him off of our friendly targets. Try to stop him from dealing that damage and healing. He has, however, taken out our Nova. Now I'm just going to try to kill one of these Vikings. The charge is going to be enough to kill Rhaegar as well. And will he continue to chase me? I don't think he will. We might be able to lock him down with our Murky friend. I'm not too sure which talents Murky has gone for. We can blind him, cleave him down, and auto-attack him for the kill, but of course Tassadar comes out of nowhere, and I'm probably going to be taken down. Yeah. Doing my best to control them. We're doing well. Let's keep it up. Alright, this is a good game. I don't mean to sound salty. I feel like I'm coming off a little bit negative here and there. It's just, when you play this game all the time, and you have a pretty good understanding of what you're doing, and when you're recording videos, if you see someone doing something wrong, you might as well talk about it, right? I don't think that's salty. I don't think that's salty at all. We're going to be back up in 20 seconds. The enemy team doesn't really have much else that they can do in this time. So we just need to regroup, stay together, and make sure no one gets picked off. The Butcher's still dead for a few seconds. We definitely need to defend middle right now. Sylvanas on the way down to do just that. We still see promoted minions coming out from, I'm assuming, the enemy Tassadar. A good force wall is not going to stop Sylvanas because she is Sylvanas. We are going to be picking up Indestructible at level 20. That is going to give us a very, very hefty shield that will cover up our character when we're about to die. Oh, very good precision strike is going to take down the enemy Tassadar, and now we are moving in for the kill. What's up? We're going to slow everyone here with Punish. I'm not going to stun. I'm going to save the stun, just in case the Butcher engages down from the bottom. All right, and we are taking these guys apart one person at a time. I have dived very deep into the enemy base here, but I'm fully confident in my ability to stay alive. We're going to pull the Vikings back in, slow them down, and blind them while the friendly team is dealing with this. Sylvanas does nullify anything she hits, any towers, any minions with her trait. So we were able to do a very decisive push there. And honestly, we can keep this push going for quite some time, as three members of the enemy team are still dead. All we have to deal with is the Vikings and the Butcher. And as long as our team stays unified, that will be easy to do. However, it looks like the Butcher is right here. We are going to stun him with our ultimate, keep him locked down, and continue our rampage on the enemy team. I'm getting this tower. Fuck it. Booyah. Booyah! Alright, let's get out of here. The friendly team did pick up that tribute, giving us 1 versus the enemy team's 0. 10 seconds until the enemy team is alive again, and we are going to take down this Siege Giant camp and have it push into the enemy team's top tier 2 structures. Now, should we go for boss? I think the answer is yes, and the friendly team does too, pinging that they are on their way to support us. Alright, here we go. Moving in. I will be able to tank this for the friendly team, even without Rhaegar here, but we do have his healing, so we're going to be in a good position. I'm not too sure which one of our assassins here picked up the vulnerability, but one of them did, so that's just going to allow us to kill this even easier. Bot after? Or tribute? We should head down there just for the tribute. My nose is really itchy all of a sudden. Okay, they want to go for tribute, so I will support them in their endeavors in life. I will give them hope, for I am Johanna. Very good, Octograb is going to lock down the enemy team's Gazlowe. Here comes the Gravitron Bomb yet again. We're going to throw out my stun now, locking down Tassadar, hitting him with the punish to slow him down, and now moving in on Arthas. We are going to try to control him. Unfortunately, I don't have much more crowd control, and the Butcher is now here. We're going to slow him down. He is going to blink away, and I am still pursuing. Pulling Arthas back in, we are going to, hopefully this locked me. Yes, it did, and we are no, it didn't, actually. Fuck, that's bad. That did not lock me down, and I used my trait to get away. But Nova's gonna come in, and she's... Wow. It's gonna sound like my audio was delayed. It just took me a second to realize that Nova just walked in and owned the shit out of the Butcher there. Like, he was dead for 3 seconds before I realized it. She just walked up, she's like, "What's up? I'm Nova. This is what I do. I kill assassins. It's my job. What of it?" Alright. Alright. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, as Rhaegar said, we got some value out of that motherfucker. Let's do it. Let's do a hashtag value. We are going to go for their boss now. How suddenly the tides have turned, and our team is looking like we are going to pull out a victory here. Murky taking this for the time being. I'm almost here. Here we go, moving in. Go ahead and give myself a shield and start to tank this for the friendly team. Now, the enemy team is starting to pop up. They are going to be here soon. But we'll have this dead in plenty of time. And we can go over to Bruisers now, I think. No. Okay, Sylvanas is still here. Yeah, we can take Bruisers, for sure. I thought Sylvanas was recalling there for a moment. Beautiful. Alright, I am going to go for our Bruisers now. We're just using this time while there's no tributes on the map to basically paint the map blue. That's Jester saying, and it's a very good one. We are making sure that everything we can get, every single mercenary camp, is blue for the friendly team. The tribute, however, has spawned down in the bottom. Honestly, we have plenty of time to get that camp and then move down. Rhaegar's already here, and the enemy team is distracted, so I do think that staying and getting that camp was the better play, just because we have eyes on everyone. Like, we know exactly where everyone is. But this is a team game. We don't have any voice comms with these people, so we're going to come down and we're going to make sure that as a team we do the right thing. Sylvanas has her ultimate up. Murky is in the middle lane distracting the Butcher, so we can move in here and at least pick up a Viking kill, bare minimum. And now, pushing the bottom lane with the entire team. Here comes the Syndragosa. We just need to be ready for the Butcher. We just need to be ready for the Butcher. The Octograb going out on the enemy Tassadar. We're going to pull him back in, although I don't think too much is going to happen here. And the enemy Butcher is actually really out of position back here on the side. We're going to stun him so he can't kill our Nova. Just try to keep him crowd controlled. The brand has already been used, so we're totally fine there. And now Arthas looks like he was the recipient of the majority of our team's damage. We're not as strong as we could be in this particular situation. Murky is actually all the way back in the base. He did not move his egg forward. We are going to blind the enemy Butcher, try to deal as much damage as possible. Nova is going to end the life of the enemy Tassadar, and I'm not too afraid of this boat. We need to kill this keep, otherwise the mule is going to bring it back to full health. And I'm going to try to control the Vikings once they get out of here. Probably not worth pursuing anymore, and the Butcher is back up and ready to join. And our Johanna is doing work this game. I've been doing work all day. If they only knew. I've been recording for so long. Alright. So it looks like Nova's going to be recalling. We should go for this camp now. You see what I mean, though? Like, while that tribute was going on, we could have been pushing middle with that Bruiser camp, and there was no threat of Rhaegar. There was no threat of Rhaegar really being interrupted when he was taking that tribute. So I do think that was a little bit of a misplay. But it's, again, one of those situations that I talk about on a pretty regular basis where it's better off doing what the team wants to do rather than doing what you think is right in most cases. Okay. So, what's the time on this? 1 minute 30. Time on this is 20 seconds. Our boss is up in 20. Just letting the team know. We're going to snag up this vision. Butcher pretty out of position here, actually. Unfortunately, Nova is going to land her snipe on a minion, but we just used everything we had on the Butcher, so I think we should go get a boss. I think we should go get a boss. How's that sound? Nova and Murky very deep in the enemy base, though, and we are not with them. So I'm going to stop what I'm doing and make sure that they stay okay. Arthas has been taken down. The longboat coming out. Gazlo using the Gravitron Bomb and landing it on several people, so we're going to try to burst him down. We're going to try to force him back. The longboat is ending. Tassadar very low on health next to me. We're going to kill him with a punish. Condemn the Vikings back onto me, but they are going to leap out of it. And fuck, let's win the game. Dude, fuck it. Let's just win the game. Butcher dead for another 30. All we have to go up against is 2 Vikings, right? Yeah, we won. Nice job, everyone. That was a good game. It was a very good game. Team worked incredibly well together. So there you go. That's my build for Johanna. I didn't really know what I was going to do walking into that game. Kind of built my talents around what we saw, which again is what you should do in every game, right? Definitely what you should be doing in every game. But just again, to go over the talents and my reasoning for picking them. Respectfully requesting... What? Oh. Alright, we'll ignore that tell for the moment. So, Knight takes Pawn because it's a good talent and I like it. That's really the only reason. Amplified healing, so our Rhaegar would have a little bit easier time keeping us up. Rhaegar is a burst healer, so if a chain heal is enough to keep us alive, then chain heal is enough to keep us alive, and he doesn't have to use Ancestral on us. Battle momentum to lower our cooldown so we could try to control the battlefield a little bit more. I wanted to be able to stun the Butcher. I want to be able to slow the Butcher. I want to be able to blind the Butcher as much as possible, and battle momentum goes a long way in that regard. Blessed Shield at level 20 so we could stun the Butcher. Make it so he couldn't kill our team. Burning Rage, because they had a lot of melee characters, and I thought it would do some considerable AoE damage, or at least up our AoE damage a little bit. Not necessarily the best talent in the world, but not the worst by any regard. Imposing Presence, once again, because they had a lot of auto attack damage on their team. If they hit me, all of a sudden they're hitting 50% slower, so that's really strong. And then Indestructible, because it's arguably the best talent at level 20. So at level 13, you could have gone with Hold Your Ground, which reduces your shield cooldown if it's broken. So you can use your trait more. It lowers the cooldown of your trait. I don't think that would have been a bad idea. Really, all of these are good talents, to be totally honest. You should use them based on the situation you're up against. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was a really good match. We had some really good teammates. Really came together at the end. That was one of those matches where it's easy to say, fuck it, good game. You know, if you're one of those players. Because at one point we were 3 levels behind the enemy team. But we started working together, we moved as a unit, and we were able to come out on top. So thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time!